Happy Hump Day, mi gente. Welcome back to another episode of Hump Day Hot Tips. Today's hot tip is to become regular. What does that mean? That means I want you to start eating more fiber, to start drinking more water, to start moving your body in a way that feels good for you, so that you can have regular bowel movements. Yes, I want you to shit more. I'm so serious right now. You probably never thought that you would come on a sex podcast and listen to me talk about shit, but shit happens and here we are. So, when you are chronically constipated, which is super fucking common, especially in the United States, when you are super constipated, you are going to be having not so comfortable sex, not so good sex, right? Think about when you're like bloated. Do you want to have sex? Do you feel sexy when you're super bloated? Do you feel actually good, like actually wanting to move your body when you're bloated? No, you don't. You want to be like, I just want to lay here and do nothing forever, right? If you are like super constipated, can't get everything out, like you don't feel complete, like maybe you do go to the bathroom, but you're like, I feel like nothing happened, you're not going to feel like having sex either, right? When you're constipated, when you're full of shit and wanting to have sex, it doesn't feel good. And for those of you that are like, oh, I'm never constipated, like I have the opposite problem. I have diarrhea. Diarrhea is actually an indication of constipation. So I'm not saying that if you have diarrhea, like you are constipated for sure. But if you are like super bloated and you're noticing that you're constipated and then all of a sudden you have diarrhea, that typically means that you're constipated, because what happens is that you have like a blockage. It's poop that's in your intestines. It's blocking, right? And then you have diarrhea, right? Or you have shit that's trying to like push out. And so it ends up coming out as diarrhea. And I'm sorry for those of you that are like, this is fucking disgusting. This is not the first thing that I wanted to listen to this morning. But it is super important for you to be regular. When you are having regular bowel movements, and this is coming from someone that lived chronically constipated for years and never knew. I literally did not know I was constipated. And I know that sounds super dumb, but I just didn't know. Because it wasn't your stereotypical type of constipation. And so I wasn't aware. But anyways, when you are super constipated and then you go to not constipated, when you go to having regular bowel movements, you feel so much better. You feel lighter. You don't feel all bloated and disgusting. You feel like you want to move, you want to do things, you're in a better mood, because your gut impacts so much in your body. It impacts your physical health, but it also impacts your mental health and your clarity, right? A lot of people have mental fog when they have diarrhea. Like, I'm going to get a professional on here to like talk about how important like gut health is. I have someone in mind, so I'm going to ask her after this. But super important to have regular bowel movements. So this is for you, even if you are not constipated, even if you are not having like shit issues. I invite you to up your fiber. Along with upping your fiber, up your water intake. Now, I want to preface this by saying I am not a medical professional by any means. But if you are noticing that you're having stomach issues and, things aren't right, definitely go see a doctor. And I realize that not everyone has the funds to go see a doctor. So that being said, upping your fiber intake, like vegetables, fruits, chia seeds, those are great options, along with water. Frijoles, right? Those have fiber as well. Water and fiber go together. Do not up your fiber without upping your water as well. Both of those. Move a little bit more after you eat. Go on like a 5 to 10 minute walk after you eat. It helps immensely. I promise you. It sounds really stupid and tedious, but it works. And if you're having even more issues, there are over-the-counter things such as Miralax. There's also enemas that you can take. And so, again, I'm not a doctor, so you definitely want to seek medical advice from a medical professional. But at the very least, fiber and water and getting moving after eating. Don't just lie down or sit down after eating. You really want to get your digestive system up and running. So that is my tip for today. Again, I went over 5 minutes. So sorry. Have a great day, mi gente. Have a great hump day. And I will talk to y'all next week.